Whoa. I think my thing is actually streaming properly for once. Whoa. Wait a second. Whoa. It's actually streaming properly for once. Woohoo. Wow. Okay. Alright. Hey everybody, it's your girl Invisyble here. Hoping who's inside me shines through. And super excited for today because we're doing a double live stream feature. Whoa! And we're back to Henchman story. Woohoo! Yeah! Super love this one because let me think. Why do I love this one? Oh yeah, choices matter. We love choices matter. It's Friday for me. I don't know what day it is for you, depending on when you're watching, but hopefully you enjoy this. And if someone happens to tune in while we're going, then I will, allow you to comment and make choices. But if you do not, then I can make all the choices I want, and I'm going for the good guy ending. There's a bad guy ending, which you can see in the no commentary versions that I'm doing. That is straight villainy, no niceness, nothing. It's just bad guy Stan all day long. Okay, now the question is it this one or is it this one? Because I stopped both of them at the same time. I think it's this one. So we're going to click it and see. Oh, I'm supposed to speak. I think it's a sliver of time immediately after an operation where I'm the most grateful for our private quarters because all I want to do is sleep. Fortunately, Lord Bedlam gives us the rest of the day off, and I'm all too happy to take advantage. Within minutes of landing back at the base, I'm sleeping soundly in my bed. Well, as soundly as one can sleep after a day like that. I didn't break anything at least, which is more than a few of my coworkers can say, I'd wager. It's little victories, Anyway, aside from a short break to munch on a protein bar, I sleep through the rest of the day and straight on till morning.
Oh, god damn it. No, I don't want to get up.
I really don't. I don't know what Shining Nova put in that tranquilizer, but I feel like I've been hit by a flippin' truck. A truck with like a rocket strapped to it. But hey, that's part of the job. So against my body's wishes, I drag my carcass out of bed and head to the locker room to get ready for the day. The locker room feels almost empty. There's less noise, less people, less smell. It's kind of eerie. Guess that's just what happens when you downsize overnight. The line for the showers is much shorter too, but I make for the sinks anyway. Force of habit, I guess.
Morning, buddy!
Morning, Dave. How are you holding up? You took one hell of a punch.
Just some heavy bruising. The doc was worried about internal bleeding, but I guess I got lucky.
Crazy.
How about you? You were out way longer than I was.
I'm fine. Just exhausted, mostly. Still can't believe I got tranked like I was an escaped zoo animal or something. That's my Shining Nova story. Can you believe it? Oh yeah, the hero that took down Dr. Calamity's Ultra Death Bot? They shot me with an elephant tranquilizer. Yeah, it was fine. I just drooled a little.
Oh, poor Stan, you sound so sad. I shake my head and sigh. That fight against Dr. Calamity I mentioned, that's like 8th on the Hero Weekly's most epic showdowns of all time. Nova's big time. Man, I drooled in front of a legit celebrity.
But nothing's bruised, and I don't have a concussion, so I guess I can't complain. Kind of a nice change of pace from being punched or blasted into unconsciousness again when I think about it.
Well, I'm just glad to hear you're okay. We lost a lot of the squad, so I need everyone who's left to be working at peak efficiency.
How many did we end up leaving behind? Feels like at least half.
Sadly, about 60% of our valued teammates gave up their freedom for our cause.
My goodness.
And how do you know they were arrested? Some could have gotten away.
Oh no, everyone got rounded up. It was on the front page of the Cape and Cowl website.
Yikes.
Cape and Cowl, huh? They actually covered us? That doesn't happen a lot.
Cape and Cowl is a premier superhero news blog, but usually they don't cover too many actual crimes. Costume changes, relationship rumors, and controversy make way more money than crime scene reports. It sounds like K-pop. That confirms it. Lord Bedlam is actually up to something big this time. CNC, Shining Nova, this mysterious scorpion lady. I get the feeling none of them would bother if this were small potatoes.
Yep, it was quite the day. I bet Lord Bedlam is thrilled, and I'm sure the next phase of his master plan is right around the corner.
Even with all those losses? How?
Why, with some old-fashioned hard work and gumption, of course. If veteran workers like you double your task list,
Hey, yo.
I'm sure we'll be able to stay right on schedule.
Who
On
was
schedule
we?
for what? We don't even know what the next step in his master plan is. You know, assuming he even has one.
Exactly! That's why we have to be prepared for every possible plan he prepares. That's what I mean by peak efficiency, Stan. But don't you worry about that. You just leave all the planning to me. All you have to focus on is all the new work you have to do.
Yo,
Thanks. Really appreciate your sacrifice.
Sure thing, buddy. That's what being a squad supervisor is all about.
now hold on. Cause like, Dave's really making me think about going the villain arc. I want to go the hero arc, but man, Dave is making me want to be a villain right now. This is okay.
If you say so. Anyway, I gotta try to scrub this ass kicking off me.
Oh,
I'll see you at assembly, man.
that was so sad. That was such a sad sentence. Oh. After getting myself cleaned up and finding that no, you cannot just scrub away your butt kicking, I head to the main hall. Given our losses, I expected a different sight than usual, but what I actually find is even more surprising. A huge contingent of unfamiliar faces standing in front of the stage. And the strangest part, they're wearing our uniforms. To add to the surprise, Lord Bedlam seems to have forgone his usual entrance and is already waiting on the stage. Standing next to him with a commanding posture is yet another new face, but this one I recognize. Between the distance and the crowd, it's hard to get a good look at her, but there's no mistaking that black and red catsuit. It's Scorpion, the woman who fought Miss Dynamo. That certainly removes any theories about her appearance yesterday being a fluke. So Lord Bedlam is teaming up with another supervillain, huh? Hopefully it doesn't end in a fight like the last team up. I have a feeling Lord Bedlam wouldn't stand much of a chance this time.
Good morning, my loyal compatriots! Well, most of my loyal compatriots. Some of them. An amount. You'll notice that we have a few new faces here. After the success of yesterday's operation, Madam Scorpion and her organization have agreed to help compensate for our sudden personnel shortage.
Madam? Ooh, that's fancy. Still haven't heard of her, though, which is even stranger in light of her ability to recruit a small army overnight.
But I'll let her explain the details for herself. So let's all give a warm Lord Bedlam welcome to Madam Scorpion and all our new comrades for joining us in our unending Ferris wheel of triumph! Madam, take it away.
Thank you. Today, your organization is making an important step forward. Today, you join a select group of the most elite supervillain organizations at the cutting edge of our industry. Normally, a day like yesterday would have been devastating for a small team like yours. How could you hope to replace so much manpower so quickly? In the past, it would be impossible. But today you can. Because today, the Scorpion Group is proud to welcome you to the closed beta of our newest project, Henchman, the world's first gig-based henchman contracting platform. Before you are the results, a contingent of micro-earners ready to participate in our shared villainous economy. They have the freedom to choose when to hench and who to hench for, and today, they've chosen to hench with you. You see, with Henchman, an organization like yours can operate as a small, family-like unit for day-to-day operations, but temporarily bolster its ranks through our platform at any time. You can have it all. And let's be honest, that's why we're all in this business, isn't it? So thank you for the welcome, and in turn, I welcome you to the future. The future of your organization. The future of supervillainy. The future of the world itself. And you will be taking an active role in that future. Thanks to the data you retrieved yesterday, we at the Scorpion Group are nearly ready to take Henchman to the next level. and will be working with you to do so. So, in the coming weeks, I will be staying on site to help manage your operations. As part of that, you will receive new equipment, your facilities will be inspected, and your individual performances will be reviewed. I look forward to getting to know each and every one of you.
Oh, great. Performance reviews. So wait, we're going to be using some fancy new henchman hiring app now? That doesn't sound like Lord Bedlam. Then again, how well do I really know him? Maybe buddying up to this big, cutting-edge supervillain is what he always wanted. Well, whatever the case, it doesn't affect me. If I'm still getting paid, then I could care less about micro-earners or the future of the supervillain industry or whatever. I'll have to deal with the rookies every time we have a big job, though. That'll be a big pain. But probably more painful for them in the end.
Thank you, Madam Scorpion. Now, while all our recruits are fully henchman certified, this is their first day here, so that means that for today, you'll all be in charge of their orientation. They may only be with us for a few weeks or months, but while they're here, they are our brothers and sisters in arms. So that means they need to know the ins and outs of working for Team Bedlam. Anyway, we should have the same number of new recruits as veterans. So once we're done, I'd like everyone who was here yesterday to pair off with someone wearing a name tag. Once you have your newbie, give them the tour, show them your weekly routine, and just teach them the ropes. Remember, the security cameras work again, so we'll know if you decide to sneak off to watch web flicks.
You're so funny, Lord Bedlam!
Anyway, dismissed.
Oh my goodness, Dave. As Lord Bedlam stands... I can't even read. Yo, hold on. As Lord Bedlam steps away from the two groups of henchmen start towards each other.
And remember, the nefarious tribunal that controls our society must be exterminated. Remain ever vigilant against its subliminal advertising and unfunny meme generation algorithms. Sorry, almost forgot. Carry on.
Yeah, I wondered about that for a second. Lord Bedlam steps back from the podium again, and it looks like it's going to stick this time because Madam Scorpion is walking by his side and talking to him, so the henchmen again start to mingle. I take my time. I'm sociable enough, but I definitely need a moment to get myself together before meeting new people. Of course, not everyone has this problem.
Hi there, I'm Dave. Nice to meet you, Jared. Gosh, you're just going to love being a part of the Lord Bedlam family. We're all like a bunch of second cousins here. Now, bring it in. I'm a hugger, not a shaker. Come on. Wait, where are you going?
So once the initial wave of extroverts has eliminated most of the awkwardness, I wade into the crowd. Anyone left by now probably has the same problem I do. Though, so that means I'll need to make first contact. Jeez, I had misread that. So, let's see, who to choose? Maybe that tall guy? He seems normal enough. That brunette is way too excited, though. Bouncing around like that? Weird. Is she looking for something? Wait, why is she staring at me? No. Take that ball of energy somewhere else. Ah, darn it.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Kate.
And why does your name tag say Beatrice?
Oh shit, it does?
No, it definitely says Kate.
Oh, you were making a joke about?
How I already know your name, 'cause it says on your name tag.
Right. I guess it's a little silly to tell you that, huh?
Nah, you're just being polite. I'm Stan, by the way. Guess that makes me kinda rude.
Actually, I just hate telling people my name. The reaction is always something like,
Wow, a Stan. I'm not sure I've ever met one.
You mean ever met one under 60?
No. I mean...
Hey, I admit it. It's an old man name. The only benefit is that if you're ever cool enough, you get to be Stan the Man.
So, are you cool enough?
Well, I'm wearing this goofy purple uniform, so no. Definitely not.
Okay, Stan who isn't the man. Up for giving me the tour?
Sure thing. I hope you like stone walls and fluorescent lighting, because you're gonna be seeing them all day.
alright, she's not so bad. Guess she was just a little jittery at first. Let's see where to start. Alright, peoples, we're at our first choice. Wah ha 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 ha. This is very important because now I'm not gonna spoil things. Anyway, let's see. We got the cafeteria, the research wing, or the game room. I'm thinking the research wing.
Let's get the exciting part out of the way. I'll show you the research wing. Come on.
Right behind you.
There's not much to see on the way to the research wing, aside from the other pairs of seasoned henchmen and new recruits passing each other in the halls. Hey, you don't build a secret mountain lair because it's pretty to look at. Well, maybe you do if your supervillain shtick is an evil interior design or something. Then your secret lair can look fabulous. Kate doesn't say much on our way there. She's too busy gawking at, well, everything. Can't really understand why. Our hallways aren't that fascinating. Then again, I know every inch of these hallways after being here so long, so I've probably forgotten what it's like to be a wide-eyed newbie here. Eventually, I come to a halt in the middle of the hallway. Kate follows suit.
Why did we stop?
Because this is it. Behold, the crown jewel of Lord Bedlam's fortress, the research wing.
Are you sure? It doesn't really seem like a jewel or a crown.
Well, Lord Bedlam did put up majestic golden emblems of his face around the entire base, so it's kind of like a crown, don't you think?
Oh, no, that's definitely tungsten, not gold. It has a similar density, so it can be hard to tell, but I've seen a lot of fakes. Those aren't even gold-plated. I think he just painted over them.
Tungsten, gold, unobtainium, what's the difference? It's all metal, so close enough. They're still regal and majestic, right?
There are 94 different basic types of metal on the periodic table, so I wouldn't say close enough, no. But you're clearly more of a poet than a scientist.
Well, I did take a poetry elective in college. Slept through most of it, but at least some of it got through. So I guess I'd agree. But hey, that's why I work outside the doors and not behind them.
I see. So you work as a guard here?
On Tuesdays. We rotate around daily, so on other days I guard other places or do grunt work.
Kate walks up to one of the doors and examines one of the control panels for a moment. The moment of waiting, she turns back to me, puzzled.
So, are you going to open one of these?
Open what?
The doors. I mean, how else are you going to show me the rooms?
The rooms? Oh no, I can't do that.
Is this because I made fun of the hallway?
No, seriously, I actually can't do that.
Oh, come on. I promise I won't tell on you. Just a little bitty peek.
You don't understand. I literally can't go through any of these doors. I just guard them.
Oh. Wait, seriously? You guard doors that you can't enter.
Yeah, that's standard henchman procedure. We don't get to know the big plans or anything. Cogs in the machine and all that. It's actually a security thing, too. You know, in case some guy in a cape dangles us over the edge of a building and gets us to talk. Or if they disguise themselves as a henchman and trick us into opening the door.
No way! People actually try that?
People don't just try it, it worked. It was like one of the go-to moves in the 80s. That's why the rules got made. Do the other villains on the Henchcan app not follow the secret lair patrol regulations?
I'm sorry, they're actual.
Well, I actually didn't do much patrol, so.
Seriously? I mean, if you got some specialized skills, you can get a lot less. But never? You've got to be the luckiest henchman alive.
Yeah, I guess. So, is that your job here? You guard this hallway?
Nah, just Tuesdays, thankfully. As much as I love my door, I don't think I could watch it 24/7. Come on, I'll introduce you.
Beginning that a hallway for a short while, making a left turn and then a right. Could probably make both these turns blindfolded at this point. Routine will do that to you. Eventually, we arrive at door 1385. I gesture towards it with more dramatic flair than a numbered slab of metal deserves.
Kate, meet door 1385. Inanimate object extraordinaire and my ward every Tuesday from 9 to 5.
Nice to meet it. And you have no idea what's in this room.
Nope, and you won't either. This bad boy requires level 4 security clearance to get through, one of only a dozen in the whole base. It's very important. You should be impressed.
I'd be more impressed if I knew what was behind it.
No idea, but it's a big deal. So probably Lord Bedlam's snow globe collection. Or a super weapon. It's a toss-up.
I see. So, what was that about college earlier? Did you graduate?
Yep, Richardson State. Go fighting whatever we were called.
Bulldogs.
I take it you weren't the captain of the football team.
Are you doubting my athleticism? I'll have you know that I have the agility of at least, like, 2 whole panthers.
No doubt here. You just seem more like a gymnastics captain.
What does that
Actually,
mean?
soccer was my sport in high school. I was a pretty serviceable midfielder, believe it or not. Didn't score a lot of goals, but I could facilitate well enough.
Why didn't you play in college?
It's just so much running.
But you're a henchman.
Alright, smart guy. What were you doing in college then?
Majoring in history. So basically, I joined a very expensive nonfiction book club.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with books. I actually really like reading, though I'm usually into fiction and literature myself. For a while, I was buying so many that I feel like I had to get a new bookcase every few months.
Wow, you have a place with your own furniture? I guess I figured this henchcan thing would mean you were drifting from lair to lair.
Oh, no, I meant my old place. Back in college, I majored in mechanical engineering, but I read a lot. I even tried to write a little on my own.
Really? You wrote stories? Did you finish any?
Well, yes, but... Shit, I didn't mean to tell you that.
Uh-oh, someone's a little embarrassed about their Professor Anomaly fan fiction.
First of all, there's nothing wrong with fanfic. Can we talk about something else?
You spitting, Kate. Oh man, she's genuinely embarrassed by this. Look at those rosy cheeks. I should probably stop teasing her. But I've got such an arsenal to unleash on this fan fiction angle. How do I think it's cool.
Hey, relax. I'm just teasing. I actually think it's cool. What kind of story were you working on?
Just a sci-fi thing, nothing crazy. I called it The Lost Princess of Europa. I started it as a political thriller, then it turned into a space opera, then a romance, then basically just crashed into the sun. It was not meant to be. Oh god, why did I tell you that? Just forget I brought it up, okay?
Hey, don't worry about it. It's gutsy that you'd try something out of your wheelhouse like that. I mean, I could never try the whole science thing, or math. If I see too many numbers, they just start to blend together into one big confusion smoothie.
Me too, Stan.
Come on, you can't be that bad.
Totally can. I drew a mean graph, though. The wrong graph, but it looked real nice.
If it's any consolation, my stories really weren't much better. When I was writing them, I thought they were just so good, but when I go back to read them...
Understandable.
Yeah,
Happens to
let's just
everyone.
say I'm definitely a science girl. I still love to read. I just won't be writing the next Professor Anomaly.
Well, you're in good company, because I can't write for shit either. Well, good being relative, I guess.
No kidding. You can't write, you suck at math. What can you do?
Get punched in the face, mostly. I'm a bona fide stud in the field of meat shieldery.
How about avoiding getting punched in the face? That seems a little more useful.
You might think so, but speaking from experience, aka yesterday, that only lasts so long.
Alright, I should probably get on with the tour now, though. Kinda lost track of time. Let's hit up the game room.
Okay, I think we've seen all there is to see here. Let's hit the game room.
Sounds good. Lead the way.
Like, I really don't want to run into Shadow. The game room's location isn't exactly intuitive. It's not near any of the other break rooms or gathering places, not even living quarters. Instead, it's in a nondescript hallway tucked between some storage rooms. In fact, we're fairly certain that's what Lord Bedlam intended to use it for, because when we discovered it, there were some steel shelves and empty crates inside. After a bit of cleanup, voila! We had ourselves a game room. Not exactly one of those hipster gaming bars, though. It does have a couple mostly functional arcade machines, but it works for us. And as a bonus, there's an emergency exit hidden behind one of the arcade machines. There's a few of those scattered around the lair, in case of a power outage, but it's nice to have a secret one up our sleeves.
So this is the game room, huh?
Yep, our pride and joy. There's a couple of game consoles hooked up to that TV over in that corner, a snack machine over there, and the crown jewel in the middle, the big damn table.
Well, it is definitely big. But, what's with all the dice on it?
Oh, they're 10-sided. We use them for spells and swords every other Friday.
SNS.
You guys play SNS? I've gotta say, I never would have guessed that.
I know, I'm even nerdier than I look. But it gets even better. I don't just play, I run the whole campaign. Admit it, you're impressed.
Oh yeah, I'm dazzled. Starstruck even. So I guess we ran out of important things to see already, and you decided that you might as well show me your nerdy hobbies? Is that it?
What, you're not impressed by the big damn table? We all chipped in a little for that bad boy, you know. It was a real team effort.
You didn't just steal it? Not very villainous of you.
Maybe not, but it's certainly more practical. Have you ever tried to steal furniture before? We tried that one time. Emphasis on one time. Did not end well, let me tell you. And this was just one of those Swedish stores where the furniture comes in a little box.
Did you at least get some meatballs out of the deal?
Nope. One of my squad mates tried to raid the food court, but she got lost trying to get back to the rest of the group. I always wondered what happened to her. It was a big disaster, basically. Crimson Typhoon had his poster on the revenge wall for a good month.
The revenge wall? Sounds ominous.
Oh, it's where that poster of Shining Nova is. See?
I gesture towards a part of the far wall where a poster is hanging riddled with darts. Looks like someone replaced the Miss Dynamo poster with Shining Novas, and it's already gotten a lot of use.
Oh, that's charming, in a way. You guys really don't like Shining Nova, huh?
Someone doesn't anyway. That definitely went up a little faster than normal. But then Nova did tear through us like paper mache.
Well, that's the closest most of these guys will ever get to laying a finger on Shining Nova. So they need to get their shots in where they can, I guess.
Yeah, you're telling me. I found that out firsthand. Still feeling that ass whooping, honestly.
Well, don't be too hard on yourself. Shining Nova's at the national level, and Lord Bedlam isn't even on most people's radars. You guys didn't stand a chance, honestly.
Hey, come on.
Well, don't be too hard on yourself. Shining Nova's at the national level, and Lord Bedlam isn't even on most people's radars. You guys didn't stand a chance, honestly.
Hey, come on. We stood a little chance. Like, tiny bit. Non-zero, anyway.
Did that happen to anyone else?
Effectively zero.
It just went back in time. Whoa, weird.
So, are any of those darts yours, by the way?
Me? Nah, that's not really my style. Lord Bedlam had a nemesis for a bit, and it just seemed exhausting. Also a little romantic. I don't know, man. Supervillains are weird.
Yeah, that's what I figured. You don't seem like that kind of guy.
Well, since it doesn't sound like you're that into the revenge wall either, why don't you join our SNS session tomorrow night? The only vengeance that might be enacted there is if Zach rolls 2 natural ones in a row and throws his dice in the trash.
Ooh.
That does sound mildly more sane. I'll think about it. No promises.
I had to pause real quick. Who says natural 1? That was so lame. It's a nat 1. Or a nat 20. No one says natural. Or at least the people I played with didn't say natural. But, you know, I'll leave you to wonder whether or not I actually did well in SNS.
Sure, no pressure. But if you show, I promise it'll be fun. I swear on my poor lost squad mate and the meatballs they never got.
So, I'm curious. How did you end up here?
I was listening to Chill Beats to Wallow in Student Loan Debt 2 on YouTube, and one of his recruitment ads popped up. So I applied. Simple as that.
Seriously, Wait, are you for real? He put an ad online? On freaking HooTube?
Yep, it was a lot less annoying than the ads I'd usually get, if you can believe it. At least it wasn't an influencer filming themselves in vertical video mode.
Give me a TikTok.
That is... wow. I always wondered how the C-list guys recruited so many bodies, but I'd never have thought they'd be so... direct.
Ouch, C-list? Okay, big shot, how did you get recruited?
Definitely not like that. But seriously, I meant, why did you end up here?
I don't know, I just kinda did. Does it matter why?
It's just that you don't seem to have the, fervor of some of your peers. You haven't praised the almighty Lord Bedlam one time.
Hey, I like Lord Bedlam, don't get me wrong. He's a good boss, but that's just it. He's not my god or, oh, captain, my captain, or anything like that. He's just my boss.
So what? This whole thing is about the money for you?
And the benefits. Don't forget the benefits.
But isn't the big money in the freelance stuff?
What, like a mercenary? No way, I wouldn't last doing that. I don't have the skills, or the testosterone.
Or the ruthlessness?
That either. Besides, there's something to be said for a steady paycheck and a roof over your head every night. Well, a mountain over your head. Same difference.
Is that really it? This isn't the only job with a paycheck, you know.
Jeez, aren't you curious? Am I really that interesting?
I just want to know, that's all. Why become a henchman?
I'm intrigued by this answer.
Instead of, what? Finding a cubicle to waste away in? No thanks.
Oh, wow. Really? You just want to stick it to the man?
Not really stick it to him so much as throw him a curveball. Do something unexpected for once. I just kind of woke up one day and realized that my life had been this big checklist, you know? I was just meeting the requirements. You ever felt like that?
You mean like you've been living for someone else? Yeah, I think everyone has. Some things you just do because you're supposed to.
Exactly. I mean, I didn't even want to go to college. I just thought I had to. So being a henchman may just be a job, sometimes a crappy job, but at least it's off the beaten path. Road less traveled and all that shit.
So, let me get this straight. You became a henchman to stop fulfilling society's expectations, and fulfill Lord Bedlam's instead?
Nah, not all the time. I fulfill my expectations about his expectations.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that totally makes
I have
sense.
no idea if I'm
No,
scoring well
really.
with her.
Like, yesterday we had an operation, and some of the guys took hostages. Seems smart, right? If a hero shows up, you can threaten them. Except when it came down to me, the hostages, and a superhero...
You didn't threaten them.
Yeah, I didn't. You get what I mean, though, right?
Yeah, I get it. You do the job, but you don't become the job. You're still you.
That's a good way of saying it. Keep that in mind, rookie. Consider that a valuable nugget of veteran advice.
I'll cherish it.
I think I scored great with her. Important life words that I'm not going to read.
All that's left to show is the cafeteria, which is great because I'm starving.
All right. I expect a thrilling conclusion.
I'd promise that you won't be disappointed, but I'm an honest man. Come on, it's this way.
I think Antonio hates my guts. Take the time guiding Kate to the cafeteria, giving her a chance to figure out a little bit of the layout. The base is pretty labyrinthine. Huh, that's a word. That's awesome. It always takes new recruits a few weeks to figure it out. By taking our time, we also managed to arrive after the big lunch rush. There are still some people hanging around, but the actual line is pretty short.
Here it is, Kate. Feast your eyes on our charmingly greasy cafeteria. Don't feast too much, though, or you might not be able to keep your lunch down.
That's good advice. Thanks.
Maybe don't look at the food too hard either. Or the chef. You know, maybe just don't look at anything.
Got it. Guess now I know why you didn't mention the free food as a reason for becoming a henchman.
Yeah, sometimes things are free for a reason, you know?
Fortunately, I managed to put my smartphone pause before we reached the front of the line because both of Antonio's chins await me there.
Well, look who it is!
Yep. Surprise.
That's right, mister. I'm not surprised by your surprise.
No, like I said, I was really surprised. Just...
Oh, don't worry. You'll definitely be surprised this time.
Oh gosh. There's no bologna on the menu. Instead, the options are sloppy joe sandwiches or some kind of whitefish. Ooh. I'm usually afraid to ask what our sloppy joes are made of, but I don't know. But I know it can't be bologna for today. That's more than enough.
Surprise! It's bologna casserole.
was funny. Okay. Sure enough, the sloppy bologna-filled horror is staring back at me from my plate. This guy was just keeping this leftover bologna hidden from the view, just in case I showed up. Oh, that was funny. Part of me admires his dedication to this twisted revenge. The other part of me wants to throw this crap right into his smug face.
Yeah, surprised, right? I can tell.
I am feeling several emotions. One is definitely surprise.
And then what else, eh? Gratitude, maybe?
That and just, joy. Boundless, unparalleled joy. Because after eating your bologna casserole, I just thought, gosh, I could eat this for the rest of my life.
Funny you should say that. Have a swell day. Hope it's full of surprises.
I'm gonna enjoy beating you up. One day I will learn how to turn off the sass. Sadly, it seems that day will be preceded by far too many other days of eating bologna. He at least managed to avoid being associated with me, judging by the helping of fish that I spot as we take a seat.
What exactly is that?
Exactly? No idea. Officially, it's called bologna casserole, or bologna hot dish, depending on what tray it's in.
Bologna. Seriously?
Oh, this is very serious, Kate. The chef and I appear to be in some sort of blood feud. Even if I survive, my taste buds won't.
You have my sympathies. You can also have some of my food, if you want.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, but I don't want to bring this curse down on anyone else. Chef Antonio has a good memory when it comes to faces.
Ah, I see. Guess I'll have to remember to not get in line with you after this, huh?
Probably for the best.
So anyway, I was...
Nope. You've had all day to ask questions. It's my turn now.
What? Since when did this tour come with a rulebook?
Since I made it up, basically.
Kate, takes a moment to think it over. First, I think she's messing with me, but I soon realize that she's serious. Jeez, it's not like I'm asking for nuclear launch codes here.
All right. One question, but I have the right to pass on anything that I don't want to answer. Got it?
Okay.
Hey, that's fair. You have the right to be lame if you want to. I'll judge you for it, but you can totally do it.
Judge all you want, but you just get the one. Better make it count.
Ha! Why would I ask what matter scorpions like? What do you do for fun?
So, do you have any hobbies? Stuff that you just do for fun. I know you don't write anymore, so that's one thing you don't do, at least.
Are we not counting reading?
No, I guess that counts. But I already know that. Hit me with something new.
I didn't realize this question came with fine print.
I'd hardly call it fine print. I mean, that's the point of a question, Kate. To learn something new. Seriously, though, you have to do some fun things.
I do. You just disqualify them.
And rightly so. Come on, just give me something else. Anything else.
Well, I like working out. And I practice martial arts a little, though I'm not very good at it.
Oh my god, what are you, some kind of monk?
What? What's that supposed to mean?
Because everything you do is, productive. No normal person is that productive.
I'm normal. I'm totally normal. I'm just Kate. Normal, ordinary Kate. Besides, don't you do combat training here?
Nope, not that it would be any fun if we did.
Seriously, no training at all?
Well, we did watch a self-defense video from the 80s, and I do have a few pirated kung fu movies on a USB somewhere. They're pretty legit. You want to borrow them?
No thanks, I'm good. I'm just a little surprised. I figured you didn't have much, but none?
And according to Lord Bedlam, being a team player is much more important than technical expertise.
Well, if you're ever so bored that you don't mind being productive, maybe I'll give you a few pointers.
I'll consider it. Still sounds like a lot of work, though.
Maybe it's not that I'm a monk. Maybe it's that you're lazy.
That is entirely possible, but I'm going to refuse to acknowledge it until I absolutely have to.
By chance, I glance at the... This conversation was interesting. Oh, that was such an interesting conversation. I'm out here sitting here trying to figure out, hey, What does her opinion change mean? What does it mean? Okay. By chance, I glanced at the clock. We've still got some time before we have to meet back in the main hall, but we should probably swing by a few of the less important locations before then. At the very least, she needs to know where the lounge is. If we have another birthday, my rookie misses out on the mini cupcakes. I'd never forgive myself.
All right, because I am just so benevolent, I am going to count that as an answer.
I'm in awe of your mercy.
I get that a lot. Now come along, my henchman squire. We've still got a few places to see.
Easy with the squire thing, Sir Stanley.
Yeah, think I should reel it back?
Reel it way back.
All right, consider it reeled.
I'm supposed to be reading. It's okay. Y'all can read. It's fine. Yep, I'll definitely start in the line after this one, too.
And so our whirlwind tour comes to an end. What do you think? Impressive?
I'm more impressed that you didn't get lost. This place is like a maze.
Not like a maze. It is a maze. Literally. If a superhero ever gave enough of a shit to come after us, they'd spend so long figuring out where to go that we could just leave them in the dust.
That's actually pretty smart. Nice move, Lord Bedlam.
Kind of. He technically didn't design the place. We got it in a liquidation sale a few years back. I think it was built by some Cold War-era Soviet group. Not a big market for that these days. You think Madame Scorpion has an app for supervillain liquidation sales, too?
Probably. I bet that's booming business. If a big name gets locked up, they must leave a lot of assets behind. I know that the lawyers are all over that. They love both sides of this hero-villain thing.
Think so? Or is this from personal experience?
Experience, I guess. I got in some trouble a while back. That's why I got scouted for Henchman. It targets people with legal issues or debt, or at least that's what I think. Can't really say for sure how it works. I'm just a recruit after all.
By now, most of the others have started to file into the main hall. The rookies and veterans are splitting back up into their separate groups, and Kate seems to have noticed as well.
So, I guess I'll see you around?
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be nice. Kate was surprisingly good company. It was good to play a few rounds of verbal ping pong where the other player doesn't just stare slack-jawed at the ball as it bounces past him. Cough, Dave! Cough. Bless Dave's little heart. I know he tries, but somewhat does a man good every now and then. In fact...
Hey, do you know your lunch period yet?
I think so. Let me check.
Oh, my goodness. She pulls a pamphlet out of one of her belt pouches. It's perfectly folded, of course.
Second shift.
Crazy. That's mine too. Want to eat together? I promise I won't get you involved in my holy war with the chef.
Good. You seem like a decent guy, Stan, but I don't think I'm ready to starve for you.
Can't blame you for that. And hey, maybe by the time lunch is over, you'll know if you can stand my company long enough to join that S&S session? And if you want. Invitation's still open, is all I'm saying.
Still thinking about it, but sure. I'll let you know by then. Sound good?
Sure. Sounds good.
Great. So, guess I'll see you then.
Kate offers a wave and a smile before turning to leave. I follow suit, though my own smile can't really match up against hers. Hey. When I rejoin my peers, I glance back at the crowd of newcomers. Kate has already disappeared from sight. That girl. There's something about her. Yeah. It's not just that... Words! It's not just that she's cute or that we got on so well. It's not even that she's a total newbie. There's just something to her that I can't quite place. It's bugging something fierce out of me. Whatever it is, I'm not going to figure it out right now. Lord Bedlam's going to show up any minute, and...
Welcome back, my loyal compatriots, and compatriots who aren't yet as loyal, but will be soon. I trust your glorious orientation went smoothly, and that our new recruits can now aid us in our even more glorious quest for still greater amounts of glory. But, if you have any questions, feel free to contact Samantha in HR. A new workplace can take time to get used to. We're very understanding of that here. But when you do get used to it, I know that you all shall become invincible soldiers in our infinitely wonderful marathon of splendor.
Yep, like death and taxes. Lord Bedlam's daily ranting is a certainty. It's almost comforting. Almost. Hey, Infinite issue 4. We did it. Woohoo.
Huh?
Alright. Hitting the save on this one. Not this one. This one. And hoping that the one I grabbed is actually the villain arc. Woohoo! I mean, the hero arc, not the villain arc. The villain arc would be bad. So, yeah. That was Henchman story. And yeah, it was about an hour. I figured it'd be about an hour. So, that's why I only said issue 3. Yeah, I think we're going to start doing the commentary versions on our live streams. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. This has been Invisible Playings. You've been watching The Unseen Gamer Rise, reminding you to stay visible. And in case you haven't heard it today, if you manage to get all the way to the end of this video, you are visible. Even when you feel invisible, know that somebody sees you.